guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been quite a long time, probably around a month now, but I have just been so crazy lately that I haven't been able to really record any videos or edit them. This is the third time recording this video, so hopefully it comes out right this time. I'm using a different camera today, so please let me know what you think of the quality of this video and if you have any comments or questions about it. Background is a little bit jumbled today. I apologize for that, but I'm just working with what I've got here. So I'm going to be going over what I spent in the month of February and just kind of going through how the month went in general. So if you're interested, please just keep on watching. So the month of February has been pretty crazy for me. I went to Japan for a week and a half in the middle of the month, and I came back about a week ago now, last Monday, and I went to work for that whole week, the rest of the week, and then the following Monday I went to work as well. But then that night I got a phone call saying that I was told to stay home for the rest of the week due to the coronavirus, fears and all that, just as an extra precaution. No, I don't have coronavirus. I don't have any symptoms of anything. But yeah, so I kind of got another 4-day vacation fully paid. That was pretty awesome, but it was kind of embarrassing to go through that whole situation. But it definitely has been nice to get a little bit of extra time off here and really be able to regroup and figure things out. But yeah, anyways, February was also a big month because I filed my taxes. I'm always the type of person to file my taxes immediately after all of my W-2s and everything come available. So I did that in the first week of February, and I got my tax refund in time for my trip. So that was kind of like my vacation money. But I definitely didn't want to spend all of it on my vacation. But my budget was quite a bit larger this month due to the extra income that came in through my tax return. So this month I also decided to do something a little bit different with the way that I visually show my budget. Because I had a little bit of extra time this week staying home, I'm using a little chart to show all of the different categories to make things a little bit easier. So please let me know what you think down below and if you'd like me to continue with this method. So as always, my rent was $450 this month. My car payment was $239. In February, I paid the minimum amount due for my student loans, which was $249. Normally, I put much more than that, but because I wanted to make sure I had enough money for my trip and just be able to buy certain things that I wanted while I was there, I decided to just pay the minimum for February. But for March, it's definitely going to be much higher. I already have put in another payment to my student loans, and today is March 5th. So I'm definitely going to be making up for that in March. My groceries this month were $161, which was not terrible. Basically, before I go on any kind of trip, I try to not grocery shop as much and therefore be able to eat everything that I currently have in the fridge and the freezer, just to kind of clean house so I don't come home to food that has gone bad and anything like that. So I made sure to do that. But then once we got back, I definitely spent a little bit of money buying groceries for all the stuff that we ran out of before we left. For restaurants and dining, I thought I would be spending upwards of around $600 because I wanted to go and eat out a lot, and I had to eat out a lot in Japan because I didn't have a kitchen, but it only ended up being $192, so that was pretty great. Yeah, so $192 between being in Japan and being back home for the whole month is really not bad at all. Part of this was cash and the other part was on my credit card. Next is my utility bill. It's $112. I think that next month it'll be a little bit cheaper because I was gone for a week, so I wasn't using as much gas or electricity. But for February, my bill was a little bit higher. I paid my boyfriend's half as well this month because he paid for a parking ticket that we had gotten, so it kind of evened out that way. Clothing and shoes, I spent $181. This was strictly in Japan. I bought a gray suit and some heels, and I also bought 2 pairs of sneakers while I was in Japan. I thought I would buy a lot more stuff, and I probably would have if I was given more time to actually shop. Yeah, I only spent $181. I got quite a lot out of that amount of money because I got a full suit, and I mean, that was only like $70 with the heels. So that was pretty sweet. I'm thinking about doing a separate video on the stuff that I bought while I was in Japan. But the thing is, some of the stuff I've already opened and started to use, so I don't know if you'd really be interested in seeing that. So please let me know down below if that is something that you might want to see. I spent $12 on gifts, which is very low. I just bought like a couple things from the 100 yen store, which is like the equivalent of a dollar store, but they sell like way higher quality things than you would see like at a US dollar store. And they're things that I thought were actually going to be useful for family members or my boyfriend's family. I bought a couple things, and yeah, only 12 bucks. So I don't know if that makes me really cheap, but honestly, I don't have too many people to buy for. So that's kind of the perk of being friendless. Travel, and travel means things like toll booths when I'm here in the States, as well as all of the train rides that I went on, and yeah, any taxis or anything that I was using in Japan, which totaled $170. So that was also not too bad. The biggest part of that $170 was the train to and from the airport from the hotel, or to and from the between the airport and the hotel in Tokyo. And there are many cheaper ways to one place to another, but I decided to take the quicker way and the little bit more expensive way because we only had so many days there, and I didn't really want to waste time by saving like a few dollars. So that's where the travel came from. And general merchandise, I spent $396. This is definitely like a large chunk of the things that I bought. I didn't want to go through every single tiny thing that I bought because this video would take forever. But this is stuff like makeup, things like just random like home goods that I bought, stationery, basically anything that doesn't fit into those other categories. And the next one is kitchen goods. This one I did make into its own category because I did spend a little bit of money on kitchen stuff. When I came back home, I bought a little cake pan and a hand mixer because I really, really wanted one for a while. And I bought a book that has Japanese dessert recipes that I really, really wanted to start cooking from. But not having those two things kind of makes it hard. So I just bought those on Amazon. And in Japan, I also bought a bread pan, which I love. And so I've been starting to experiment with creating different breads. And I also bought a couple of random like little kitchen tools. Like for some reason, I didn't have a mesh strainer, which you can see right there. So that's all encompasses the kitchen goods category. And then finally, I have my savings. And by savings, I didn't put all of this into my savings account. This is just what I had left over. It's still in my checking account because there's a couple things that I need to pay for in March and things that I have to take care of. So I didn't put it into my savings account yet because my savings account I try to never touch. And if I put all that money into my savings account and I'm gonna need it, I don't want it to become like a habit for me to draw money from savings. So I just call it savings, but it's not really my savings account. And that has $4,000. So that is left over from everything else I bought and my tax return, and I got paid once during my trip, and then I got paid again when I came back. So that's just how much money came in this month that I did not spend on the other categories. Does that make sense? But yeah, this is definitely a lot higher than my usual months, and that is because of my tax returns. So yeah, that is my spend for February. If you'd like me to go into more detail in another video, I definitely can. I just didn't want to make this video longer than it needs to be and to just go over the basics of what I spent. And hopefully you find this chart helpful. It did take me a little bit to like figure out how to animate it and everything, but it was super nice to have these few days off to just sit at home and learn a couple new things. I also ordered some softbox lighting that should be coming in 2 days. So not in this video, but in my next video, incorporate that because of how dark it gets here and how difficult it is for me to film most days. So get excited for that. And yeah, please let me know what you thought of the quality of this video. I'm shooting in 4K now. I'm using my DJI Osmo Pocket, which by the way is also included in the general merchandise category of my budget this month. I got quite a deal on it because I had a couple like gift cards and I bought it used. So it was around $240, I think. So yeah, I use this for filming stuff in Japan, and I'm definitely going to start putting together the clips and hopefully come out with the video in a couple weeks, I would say, on my actual trip there. I didn't really vlog as in like talking to the camera or anything, but I just did more like scenic shots, walking around, stuff like that. So I'm definitely gonna put that together, probably starting today. Yeah, I have a couple new video ideas that I'm excited to shoot, especially with the new lighting that I'm gonna get. It's gonna make things so much easier, a lot better quality. Part of me wants to get a new DSLR camera, like the 80 or 90D from Canon, but those are quite pricey. And I really wanna test to see if lighting would help the situation more than a new camera before I dive in and actually take that step. So yeah, please let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I'd be happy to answer them below, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.